What's up, everybody? Good evening. This is Brian with Shepherd's Finds. Just popping in with a little bit of an update. My phone's hopefully going to make it through recording this. I've got it hooked up to the power charger. So it's been 6 days since I recorded and posted the last update for the store. So just kind of a recap of like who I am. I am a part-time reseller. I am a full-time pastor. I'm a husband. I've got 3 kids. Busy. And my wife and I decided at the beginning of this year that after going full-time at the end of last year at the church, just to kind of help supplement some of my income and help us out with some stuff that I'd start this reselling journey. I've already had some experience selling sports cards, which I've got some more cards here that I'm going to be packing up tonight. So I already have some experience reselling sports cards and dipping my toe into thrifting and yard sales and looking for bargains and things like that, a little bit of retail, reselling and stuff like that. And the last video that I posted, our gross was $918, something like that. So I was looking for like $80 more to hit 1,000. And I was going to make a video when we hit 1,000, but honestly, it's been so busy and life is just life. So I didn't do $1,000 video when we finally hit our first 1,000, but we did hit that. We have exceeded that in the last week. So we're now at, just to kind of give you a ballpark idea, and like when I made the last video, I had everything figured out with my spreadsheet, and I'm still working on that. But I wanted to make a video so I could, connect with you guys and kind of give you an update. So rough number, gross, where we're at right now. And again, we started on January the 2nd. So we're 19 days in now, and our gross is $1,529. That's our sales. It's just over $1,500. I've got most on eBay, $1,259 sold on eBay, and then on Mercari, I've sold about $270 worth of items, including a couple today and yesterday. So really good sales going on right now. I'm really happy with how things are going. This is helping us out tremendously. And also it's a lot of fun. I'm finding, and like, this is something that like is not just something that is helping me pay the bills, but also like this is a blast. So just kind of fill you in on some of the stuff we did. So like on Saturday, we went out as a family and went to a yard sale for the first time. So haven't been to yard sales around here yet, but we were at breakfast and I was kind of doing some searching online, and I found an advertisement for this yard sale marketed as a huge yard sale. And it was huge. It was huge. It was like 2 houses, the yards full of stuff, garages full of stuff. I could have spent all day there. It was a lot of fun. So went to that yard sale. I stumbled upon another yard sale right down the road from our house that morning. So I hit a couple yard sales on Saturday, bought some stuff, and then also went to a couple of, they're not thrift stores, they're consignment shops. So like we have a couple of these mall type stores. So like I think one might maybe be a Kmart. It used to be a Kmart, but now it's a place called Treasure Trove. And vendors have booths, and in the booths they put their stuff. And it's not those kinds of places. Typically, I don't think are going to be like the major places where I pick up stock, because they're pricing things to sell there. They're pricing them so that they can make some money on their inventory, and I don't blame them for that. That's a model, and I know that there's YouTubers that have booths in places like that as well. But I was able to pick up a few things, one of which already sold. So that was really good too. So like on Saturday, just kind of, we like going over the numbers a little bit just to see how things are going. It's been a success just from what I picked up on Saturday. I haven't bought anything else since Saturday. It's Monday night. My wife and I are probably going to go sourcing tomorrow night and Wednesday morning because we're going to have some time without the kiddos. So awesome. But thrifting without kids is a little bit easier than thrifting with kids. We're going to be going and doing some sourcing, but I haven't done any more sourcing since we went to the yard sales and the stores on Saturday. And so like on Saturday, spent $79 on inventory. So at the first yard sale I went to, I spent $30 and I bought some VHS player, Blu-ray player, and then this giant lot of VHS tapes. So I ended up getting like 50 items total for $30. I know that most of the VHS tapes aren't worth anything, but they insisted that I take all of them, so I took all of them. But there was some Disney stuff in there that it's not monumental. I know that there's like people who think that you can get $1 billion out of these like black diamond VHS tapes. But the thing that was cool is there was 5 or 6, I think it's 6 tapes that were completely still sealed. They were unopened, still in original packaging, had Blockbuster stickers on them, or like original release. There's a Disney seal on the bottom of those VHS tapes, and so that was all sealed up. So I was able to post up a few of those on eBay. Nothing sold yet, but I'm not trying to make crazy money off that. The VHS player, more than anything, is going to bring in enough to make that worth it. So that was $30, and looking back now, I probably spent too much, in all honesty, but the rest of the day has made up for that. So like, I'm okay with that as probably a loss in that purchase, because overall for the day, I am in the profit already. So I'll take it. The second one was that giant yard sale I went to. So we went to this giant yard sale. The guy was telling me that basically, and this is kind of a weird subject to talk about, but basically they are some people that, like, I live in Florida. When people die down here, sometimes I got to get their houses cleared out really quickly. And so they have a business where they go in and they clear out people's homes, and they are able to keep what they take, I guess. So anyway, so I went to this yard sale where they just had like just a ton of stuff, And I was having kind of a hard time finding something worth grabbing, but I was there with some family too, and they're like, hey, there's a bunch of electronics over in that garage on the other side. So I went over there and popped in, and I was like, boom, jackpot, because I bought, I went to Goodwill last week and bought some Sony. I bought a Sony 5-disc changer and a Sony 200-disc changer. 200-disc changer hadn't sold yet, but it's got a lot of views and watchers, so like, I might drop it by $5 and see if it sells. So, but the 5-disc changer sold I made a lot of profit on that. And I found in this garage, he had a 5-disc home theater, Sony home theater, 5-disc changer, CD DVD changer, which that has already sold. And then another one that was just a 5-disc CD changer, also a Sony. I found a cool, like, Sharp cassette deck stereo. It's got 2 decks. I got that, was in really good shape. A handheld, I already boxed it up, but a handheld Panasonic cassette recorder, that sold already. And then I also got this really cool radio, which I already boxed it up. One of the reasons I'm so exhausted today, and just to show you, is I organized and boxed up my inventory in the bins. These bins over here are to be listed. I got to go through those still. But all those, and then this bin right here, are all inventory that's listed. I'm trying to be organized. So I bought an old radio as well, which once I list it, I think it'll sell pretty quickly just based on comps and stuff like that. So anyway, I bought those 5 things, and then he was like, hey, I got all these speakers, just take speakers with you, because I didn't talk about reselling anything like that. I was just kind of checking out, feeling how he was on pricing. And he gave me, so I got those 5 items. I got 4 speakers. And then my wife found some stuff at the yard sale that was on a pile of stuff, and he was just like, put it on this wagon and I'll see how much I want to. So yeah, I ended up getting all of that stuff, including the stuff that my wife got for the house, for $25, which is insanely good deal. I've already sold the 5-disc changer for $40, and the Panasonic recorder sold for $20. So I've already made. Oh, now I got to do math in my head. $35 profit on that. So that's great. And each item, if I split it up, because I didn't buy items individually, I bought it as a group. So each item cost me $2.77. So I'm up basically $37 profit on the disc changer and $17 profit on the recorder. I'll take it. Then we went to one of the consignment places, looked around in some booths. One of the booths had a bunch of cameras that were untested, but they were cheap. And so I picked them up. 2 of them don't work, so I have them up for parts. And if I sell them, I'll still make a couple bucks. But I did find this for $1. It's an Instax Mini 7 Plus Polaroid camera. It works. And it sold the same day for $30. So, and I got it for $1, so that's $29 profit. I also found a nice Yamaha remote for like audio systems that I got for $2, and then a Sony Dream Machine AM/FM radio cassette player alarm clock, which I only got for a couple dollars too. So. I only spent $12 there at that store, and I've already made back $30, or I've made $30, so I'm looking at $18 profit from that trip. That's great. And then the last place we went to, and we were so tired. We were dead exhausted. The kids were done. They were like, "Can we get out of here? Can we please go home?" And we went to this last place, and my wife and I found, in the very back of the store, we found a clothing rack where everything was marked 75% off of whatever price was on there. And I got a Jordan brand t-shirt, a Jordan brand hoodie, a brand new with the tags on, a really nice Adidas button-up shirt, and then a Nike University of Georgia Bulldogs polo shirt. All of them were in good shape. Probably the one in the worst shape is the Nike Polo, but it's still in good shape. There's no holes, there's no tears, there's no wear on it at all. You just know it. You can tell that it's used. That's all. So, but I got all those 4 things. So the Adidas shirt and the Jordan hoodie I got for $5 each, and then the Jordan T-shirt was $1.24, and the Nike Polo was $1.74. So like $11.98 for all of it, when it was 75% off, was a really good deal. So I've already got the Nike Polo listed. I haven't done a lot of clothes. The only pair of clothing that I've listed and sold is that Cybertruck hoodie that I found at a Goodwill. And so I don't have a lot of experience with clothes. If you have any tips, or if you like have any videos that you've seen for selling clothes, I found that a lot of my sales have been electronics. And so that seems to be the direction that my store is going in, and my reselling is going in, is that. So anyway, that was really cool. So I enjoyed that. That was a fun time. And then we've sold a bunch of stuff just to kind of show. I don't think I can flip the camera around here, but I have, there's my face. We have a bunch of boxes here. Stacked up. Today's Monday. It's a holiday, so I was really bummed because I was trying to get these things shipped out. So it's all going out tomorrow morning. And I still have a bunch of stuff to box up. Some other things that sold. I got 4 sports cards that sold, including a Paul Skeens, Michael Jordan, Ohtani. I had one of these laying around that I haven't used in a long time, so I just threw it up on eBay, eBay and Mercari, just to check it out. But it's an Elgato HD60S. This is for streaming. Sold that for $31. Again, it was just collecting dust in my house. And then this is interesting. This is my first retail flip. But I got these mini Barbie Land Barbie toys. They come with these little itty bitty Barbie there. And then this one's the bakery. But I went to a local store and retail store that will remain unnamed at the moment. And they were all on clearance for $2 a piece. So I grabbed just a couple of them because I wasn't sure. There was no comps on eBay, like nothing sold. So anyway, I put it up there. I paid $2 for it, sold for $8, I think. So, $5, $6 profit's fine with me. So anyway, I gotta box these up tonight so that I can ship them out tomorrow and get all of these shipped out. But like, we are loving it. It's really become like a rhythm in our life, where like today I studied, worked on some sermon prep, hung out with the family. I cleaned our garage, which desperately needed to be cleaned. I partially cleaned it because I needed a place to put all of that. So like after I do this, I'm going to take all that out there. I also organize that inventory. I feel like today has been a very busy day, and I have not like paid a lot of attention to reselling stuff, but I've made $70 in sales. So it's not a ton, especially after fees and stuff like that. But the fact that I was able to do that, and I know that I know that I'm in the green overall. I got to go over all the numbers. I'm doing that like once a week, kind of sitting down and going through all the sales, looking at the cost of everything, trying to figure out where my profit margin's at right now. But like average right now, for every dollar I spend, I'm making $2. I mean, it's just really working out well right now, and I know that it's not a giant store. I'm not going to be raking in 100,000 this year or anything like that. But like, if I can do what I need to do to where this is paying, I know my ultimate goal is ultimately to pay the mortgage with it. I've shared that already on a video, and like I can see it, I can visualize it. I can kind of chase after that because of the success that we're having right now. And it does seem like we're in a really good area for thrifting and for yard sales, and for Facebook Marketplace is not, I don't know how it is where y'all are at, but Facebook Marketplace down here is doesn't seem like a very good place to source because everybody's got their prices way high and then they don't message you back. So even if you find something that you're like, oh, that's a good price for that, you send them a message, hey, is this still available? I can pick it up today. Nothing. Zip. So Facebook Marketplace doesn't seem like that great around here. However, with the thrift stores, with the consignment shops, there's a million of those. There's a bunch of different thrift stores. There's a bunch of resale shops. There's tons of retail stores that mark stuff down on clearance. Like, there are so many opportunities, it seems like, for us to source. And like, to think that I started, especially January 2nd, I didn't have any of this. Like, this is all stuff that I've picked up. I'm in the green as far as things that I've bought. So, when I look at my numbers, I don't just look at my overall numbers, but I also look at how am I doing with just the things that I've purchased. Because it would be, it's one thing to have great sales, but most of the sales being things that I've already had, which that's how I started out. My first couple $100 in sales were all items that we had that were collecting dust, that were not used and things like that. And I wanted to use that for capital to purchase things. And I'm now getting to the point, because things are finally getting delivered, that first round of shipments, those first few 10, 15, and 20 orders, finally getting those proceeds from these things. And so I've used that to then buy like the yard sales, the Treasure Mart, consignment shops, all that stuff is all coming out of the proceeds from the sales. And I was watching a video I'm going to butcher his last name, so I'm not going to try, but his name is Job, and he runs a eBay reseller business. You can find him on YouTube, eBay online seller flipping business. And one of the things that he said basically is like, if you buy an item for $5 and you sell it for 20, okay, and you get that $20, take 10 and save it, and then take that other 10 and reinvest it. And so that is the model that we're taking and using, because our thought is, and my thought is, I take that $10 and we're saving it for a bill or for a necessity, an emergency, something like that. And then I take that other 10 and I reinvest it. You're going to take that 10 and hopefully turn it into 40. And then you're going to take that 40 and then it's 160. Like you're able to then make some good money. And it seems like that is how things are going. I'm trying to be really picky about what I buy. I'm trying not to just buy a bunch of junk. I've already bought some stuff that, looking back, even just in the short, time hindsight, I probably shouldn't have bought that, but in the moment I thought it was a good idea. But going back to what I was saying about being in the green, I'm in the green for what I've sourced. Okay, I'm in the green already for my trip on Saturday, where I spent $79. I'm in the green by 40, 60, 90, 79, so about $11. I'm in the green about $11. And then I have a ton of stuff to sell. A ton of this stuff I have not even been able to list yet, because I bought so much in one day. I'm trying to spread it out, because you want to list every day on eBay. You want to be active every day on eBay, tweaking your listings, unlisting, relisting, posting new stuff, sending offers, making sales, and things like that. All those things are beneficial. However, when you have a giant stock of new inventory, you kind of got to spread that out. Like, yes, I could just spend all afternoon and post everything that I've got, but then tomorrow I've got nothing to post. I've got nothing to list. So what I did is I kind of tried to list the things that I thought would sell the quickest first, and then go from there. So that's kind of what I've been going off of. And I'm noticing that I'm getting views, I'm getting watchers, I'm getting interactions, I'm getting messages from people saying, "Hey, would you take this?" I've said no, I've said yes, I've negotiated so far. Those are all really very helpful things. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about real quick was that I learned this weekend, one of the things, and I think that it really did help boost my sales, is I saw a video. I can't remember if it was Job or who it was, so forgive me if I'm not giving proper credit, but basically was talking about how important it is to do like weekend sales for older stock. And so what I did is I went on to the store and I marked down everything that had been on the store longer than 7 days, because I've only been operating for now 19 days, but at that time it was only like 12 days. I put or 16, 15 days. So at that point, I just put everything that had been listed over 7 days, I put for 20% off. And then everything that I had listed that week, the 1 to 6 days, I put 10% off. And I made some sales from that. You can go on the eBay store and you can look and see, okay, during this sale time, what sales did you make? And I did make some sales from that. It did help it out a little bit. So to kind of boost some sales, sell some older inventory. I mean, I bought this just a couple days after we started, so this is great that that's gone, and I made my money back from that purchase as well. By just selling one of them, I made my money back. I'm breaking even for all of them. So even if the other ones don't sell for whatever reason, I think they probably will. Even if they don't sell, I'm not out any money. And I'm really not out that much effort either, because I've already got boxes and tape and everything like that. So that's all good stuff. So anyway, all of that, ladies and gentlemen, to say that things are going well. I'm excited for what this week is going to bring. I'm excited to see what kinds of new things I'm going to find. I already boxed up some stuff, and I got to box up 1, 2, 3, 4, about 8 more things tonight. But this is all good. So thank you for watching, and I would encourage you, if you don't mind, liking the video and then subscribing to my channel, and you'll get these updates. I'm starting from scratch. I mean, this is building from the ground up. I'm in my den in my house. This is right off the living room. This is the base of operations, which is why I have to move everything out to the garage because it's all in the way. So this is it. Like, we're building from the ground up here. So I would encourage you to subscribe if you like this. And I know that this is not super flashy or anything like that. I don't do a bunch of big editing, but I feel like you get to see how things are going. So hopefully that's beneficial to you. You enjoy it. I hope you have a great week. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.